Good morning from Riga. This is your boy JP, um, and we are here at the old town of Riga. And my first impression for Riga is wow. This is another beautiful city. Oh, actually, right now I am on my way to uh, St. Peter's Church for a free tour. Check this one out, guys. Pretty cool. Past is over and the future can wait. So just chill. Don't stress and don't worry about it. It's easy to say, but sometimes we get stuck in the past and worried about the future, and we forget about the to live day by day. So I'll try to remind myself to live life. Alright, so anyway, I am here at St. Peter's Church, I think. Here we go. And we're just waiting for the tour guide. Seems like I'm the only one here. I'm not sure if I'm too early. I got like 20 minutes to spare. So I met the tour guide and all the people attending it. It's quite a big group. We're heading to. He did his introductions very elaborate, detailed, and he mentioned that most of the content of this tour will be about Germany. We're heading to the next site, and I'll do some hyperlapse right now, so I'm not wasting you guys' time.
Was coming with violence and armies and wars. A lot of people were coming with money and trade. So 1600s, 1700s, the European superpower of trade and naval superpower, it was Holland, it was Dutch. And Germans and Dutch, always through the centuries, they have had these really strange relationships, like love-hate relationships basically. So when the first Dutch traders arrived in Riga, this was German-controlled city, the local Germans, they felt a little bit insecure. You know, the Dutch maybe will push them out of the business, who knows? So the Germans needed to make a decision. Option A, you can start like a trade war with the Dutch, which can escalate into actual war. Or plan B, you bribe them, you befriend them, you make them your best business partners. So the local Germans chose this second option. And as a welcoming gift, like a sign of goodwill to the Dutch, this street was given to them. So 1600s, 1700s, this street was literally the little Netherlands of Riga. So only Dutch families living here.
That segment is about different kinds of religion and how it came about here in Latvia.
So everyone, yeah, you can really feel that the winter is coming. You are standing all like really close together, sharing your body heat. And yeah, this building right here behind the gates, it's called Peitav Shul. Peitav Shul translates synagogue on street of Peitav, because this is Peitav street. Or sometimes if you are looking information online or in some tour books, this is simply called Riga synagogue. So why there is such an oversimplification? From the actual name, Peitav Shul, simply to Riga synagogue. It's coming out about tragic history. Because in 1941, July 1st...
In a nutshell, that building right there is pretty much well preserved. They don't want to destroy it because of some significant value for the Nazis. So they didn't destroy it despite their intentions of destroying a lot of Jewish structures.
House of the Black Cats. And you have seen this building before. Before you decided that you will be coming to Riga, you googled Riga, Latvia. And this is the first image you are seeing online. Because this building for Riga is the same as Gaudi for Barcelona, or like Big Ben for London. You know, that object which is on top of every souvenir there is. So you would be guessing that the building is extremely important. And I will say as it is, it's not. This is absolutely pointless structure, and I will explain why.
It says they're renovated 1999, but it's not really renovated. When it was destroyed, it was actually replicated. So the tour guide is kind of like throwing some fit about it. And I can't really blame him because it's a little, how do I say this? I'm sorry, misleading.
Netflix was making a new historical drama. It will be like mini TV series about the famous Austrian princess Sissi. And you can make your own assumption. What's cheaper? To rent a couple of blocks in Vienna or to rent a couple of blocks in Riga? Meaning each time when I'm passing by, at least one tourist is asking, why there's armadillo? Because armadillos, you know, they don't live in our forests or swamps. It seems a little bit out of the place. So the sculpture of armadillo, it's a part of this object, which is a kid's playground. And you will agree, it doesn't look like kid's playground. It's more looking like some war memorial or something like that. So long story short, this is a story about the complicated nature of living in a historical city, especially if it's UNESCO World Heritage, as Riga is. Because to live in UNESCO cities, on one hand, you have this big responsibility. You must preserve everything so you can pass it on to the next generations. But on the other hand, you cannot turn a city into a museum. This is Riga's cathedral, or we call it Riga's Doms, you know, the German tradition dome, or the full name, the Cathedral of St. Mary. And it's standing here from 1211. There's one decent reason to try to get inside, because they have the 4th largest organs in Europe. How this country works. As I mentioned before, we have multi-party system, so coalition opposition. We have the prime minister who pretty much runs the country with a cabinet of ministers. We do have a president, but he's more like, you know, public figure. More like speeches and, you know, waving and smiling for the cameras and all of that. In late 1600s, we were under Swedish Empire. And Swedes, they understood these old brick walls built by Germans in medieval times, they are pointless in 1600s because you have artillery, you have cannons. In this city, you will see a ton of things with black cats. Black cat, it's like an unofficial symbol of the city, and there's the building to blame. On top of the towers, you can see there are 2 animals with hunchbacks. So long story short, obviously the local pagans. So defense was extremely important. So Riga was founded between 2 rivers, between Daugava and Riezen. So you can skip 2 walls, you have already some fortification. So if you can imagine like a straight line like this, on that side is the old town, on this side is the new old town. So in the last stop, I will give you some tips and tricks what you can do more in the city. I will give you 3 recommendations from 3 different types of museums. So art, science and history. If we talk about art, a little bit vanilla answer, but it's still stunning. Latvia's National Arts Museum. Then about the history, what I would recommend the most is Lipke Memorial. And about science, well, this will be a, again, cheap and shameless commercial plug-in. It's a museum where I'm working. Because I'm working as a curator of educational projects at the Museum of Anatomy.
So that was the end of the tour. Man, lots of interesting facts that the tour guide shared. Highly recommend it. Oh man, my hair is like all messed up. Anyway, it adds character. Anyway, yeah, highly recommend it if you visit here in Riga, Latvia, to attend the tour, free tour, and just give a tip at the end of the tour. It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning and it's conducted daily. See, and you'll learn a lot from the tour guide, and that makes it interesting for your travel. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys later.